Greetings, yours truly, and I am here because I was asked by a sister of mine, last evening to, go a bit more in depth, give her a bit of insight of my equation. E equals MC squared equals to 3, equals to 1, equals to 0. All right, so, and this is done by myself, yours truly, Haile, High Imperial Majesty, Goddess Shastra Trinity L, also known as Ternicka, Simmons-Solomon, Adams, Mahabal, and Chief Empress, Queen, and Goddess Whitehawk Rainbow. Okay, so much love, love. This is from Trinity's Royal University of Higher Learning, which is also here on the beautiful landmass of Alubera, Tobago. All right, so Alubera is Tobago. Tobago came from my foreparents, my ancestors. They are beings who had many tobacco on the spot, on the soil, doing their thing. Aside from tobacco is grains, guava, papaya, cassava, a great deal of things here. And my ancestors would have had active on a private indigenous estate as the primordials. All right, so energy. Okay, so E equals MC squared equals to 3 equals to 1 equals to 0. So initially, E, as you see it here, if you don't comprehend what I'm mentioning, you can be able to see it here. So initially, E here is where I'm referring to energy. All right. So energy equals to mother creation times 2 is a squared. Squared is times 2 equals to 3 equals to 1 equals to 0. All right, so this is my equation for what I refer to as the blueprint coding of life itself, the origin of whence all came from. All right, from the divine mother. She is the androgen, she is the mitochondrial DNA, she is the introduction of everything. All right, she is the astro, extro, intro, omniverse, universe. All right, so that's just that. Energy. What comes to mind when you hear the word energy? You feel free to also leave a comment. Be as active as you're able to be as active, right? So what comes to mind when you hear the word energy? To me, in my analysis, energy is the element that is the life form of everything. Energy is the element of life form that creates everything, where everything comes from. Energy is the root life force of everything that has atmospheric contributions. All right, everything is connected essentially, and energy is everywhere aside from just within and external to us. Energy is every single thing. Every single element or object has energy. All right, so energy equals to mother creation times 2 equals to 3 equals to 1 equals to 0. So the mother creation here is where we speak on the origin as divine mother, divine andro mother. All right, she's the androgen, as I mentioned, mitochondrial. So the divine mother in herself is that mother creation times 2, where it's divine feminine and divine masculine. Divine feminine, divine masculine coming together. All right, and that's just that, the mother creation times 2, and it is also transformed in the space of matter through the Merkaba. Matter is mother as well too. Ma is the universal language for mother. So matter being mother as well too in the physical retrospect, where she's able to bring from what is in the spiritual gate portal out into the physical retrospect. It's what we would say now becomes matter through the Merkaba, and the Star of David as well too also adds to that. In addition to the also having the swastika as well, which represents the portal of life and healing as well in that retrospect. I am sure that you are able to see this on my flag, my Moorish nation flag, that covers Ternicka, Tartaria, kingdoms of Ophir, and all these things, okay? So it is initially the nation of Gaia, the nation of Terra, the nation of Kai, you know, multiple appellations of whom Mother Earth really is as the divine creatures, okay? The primordial mother of everything is where, from whence we all came. And she is that indigo shade. She's that indigo shade out there, all right? That self-reproductive womb of man is mother, all right? And mother is able to create that times 2 equal, right? As in the female and male. Female being XX chromosome and male being XY chromosome, okay? So MC, let's see what's happening here. MC squared is now transferred to 3, as in a triad, referring to the Trinity, the divine Trinity now. So the divine Trinity now in herself is who she is, through mind, body, spirit, you know, and as well as soul combined, the soul and mind and spirits combined throughout the whole temple of our bodies, all right? So in the gates of Solomon, soul and mind, sun and moon, the triad is where it is holistically combined in one spirit element, all right, which is what, who or what the temple is initially, all right? So that's a triad where even female and male are able to come in that union as mother and son, because the divine female, the divine mother, is the being with the womb. She holds the portal. She is who carries the ankh truthfully, and the son, which is who are the males, are the beings who have been procreated to continue and protect the order of the divine mother, divine goddess, the divine creatress, who has the greatest responsibility of all of us being here today. All right, so just this then is transferred to 3, then moves to the divine one, the divine sovereign. All right, so the divine sovereign is the goddess mother. She is the divine sovereign. She is the throne. She is the divine matriarch and monarch. It has nothing to do with any gender-based imbalance of this is how it should be or not. It is in the retrospect, truthfully, the natural law and divine law principles and principalities. All right, so this 1 is then transferred to 0 here, or O, more or less, which is her in her omniscience, divine omniscient sovereign. All right, so she be mama, mother, is the divine sovereign. So E equals MC squared equals to 3 equals to 1 equals to 0 is energy equals to mother creation times 2, which is masculine and feminine, and combined gives you that triad as a trinity, as a godhead, more or less, like you become in your godly sense and features in that way. Now, none competes with the other, where it is not in the scope where, let's say, a being would compete against a natural mother. Now, that becomes disrespectful to her ancestral wealth and identity that way, all right? So it is always ensure we do not cross these barriers, you know, whether it is consciously or subconsciously or unconsciously, and that's what energy is. Energy is in 3 states. Again, the trinity of the divine principles of consciousness. So we have consciousness, subconsciousness, and unconsciousness. Okay, so in these bracket ratios, I am able to calculate and realize the root source of the energy. All right, the root source of the energy and its DNA and its diagnostic energy algorithm coding. All right, by returning to the roots. All right, and that's just it. So this is from Trinity's Royal University of Higher Learning, located right here, Alabama. So there you go. Comment, give me a little update, let me know what's happening. Much love.